In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing Umma. Umma is directed by Iris K. Shim and is also written by Iris K. Shim. It stars Sandra Oh, Fievel Stewart, and Dermot Mulroney, and it tells the story of Amanda, played by Sandra Oh, who is a single mother who lives with her daughter on an isolated farm as she raises bees, and she's being haunted by her dead mother's ghost. Now, this movie is also executive produced by Sam Raimi. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this, I was really interested in it because I love the aspect of supernatural horror, Korean horror, and seeing Sandra Oh in a horror film is very rare, so I figured let's check it out. I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, but I did get a chance to watch it on Netflix, and it's currently streaming now on Netflix. This film actually came out March 18th, 2022, and it's a really interesting movie, so to speak. It, starts off with, Amanda, who is, living this life where she's a single mother, but something happens where she doesn't like electricity. She's afraid of it because her mother did something to her. The aspect of this story is really interesting because once, the mother passes away, her uncle, Amanda's uncle, comes in and leaves the belongings of the mother with Amanda. And it's very different than what your normal supernatural horror film is. And the reason I say that is because we get glimpses of the mother in the shadow aspect of things. When it's dark, you see an image come up and it's the mother, or in the background where we see the uncle, of the image of the mother is right behind, sitting on the couch. It's creepy, it's interesting. There's another scene where Amanda's character, played by Sandra Oh, goes out with a light, and she looks around and she picks up this chicken, but the chicken is stepped on by the mother's ghost, and it's really interesting. Not only that, Chrissy, the daughter, played by Fievel Stewart, is really good and really underrated. She's this homeschooled girl who, doesn't have any friends, and her best friend is her mother, and, she just does certain things, and the only friend that she has, like I said, is her mother, and also Danny, who is played by Dermot Mulroney, who works for Amanda by getting groceries and getting things in town for her and fixing things up around the house. Not only that, it dives deep into the Korean lore about the Jessa, the Hanbok, and other aspects of the Korean language and culture, of what happens when an ancestor or someone passes away and still haunts you. It's really interesting. Not only that, the aspect of the kumiho is in there, and is a creature that appeals in folk tales and East Asia and legends of Korea. It shares many similarities to another, aspect. Among other things, it's like a beautiful woman often to seduce boys and eat their life or heart. Or there are numerous tales of how the kumiho appears, several which can be found in certain aspects of Korean literature. The kumiho is spotted, but you think that has a play in it, but it doesn't. The tension in the movie is there, but as the movie progresses, Amanda becomes more possessed by her mother and starts turning into her mother. And the character of the mother, the Umma, really does take over Amanda's body and tries to convince the daughter from not going to college, because she wants to go to college, she wants to do her own thing. And there are aspects and interesting things about scares, but it's not what you think it is, and it's not just there. It's not good. The aspect of what it is that, it's story driven, but it's interesting story driven. The aspect of when the mother or the Umma possesses Amanda, her daughter, she gives an example and it gives a story about what happened to her, why she couldn't leave and everything, and doesn't want to happen to her granddaughter. It's really interesting, but the acting was really good. Sandra Oh was great, when definitely with the certain, the faces that she makes and everything, and Fievel Stewart just staying on par with her, and the aspect of the mother-daughter relationship is there. It's a really deep movie based on story where a mother or a parent doesn't want to let their child go because they're too afraid, or the child doesn't have any friends and the only friends they have is their parent, so forth and so forth, and vice versa. I did like it, but I feel like there could have been more to the story, more explanation. The movie is only 83 minutes long. Yes, it's an hour and 23 minutes. It's a very, very short film. When you start watching it, it's over by the time you understand what's happening because it just goes right into everything. And, explanations of the Jessa and the Hombacher there. And, but it's just explained where Amanda explains everything to her daughter in the basement where, they want to know certain things. And this music box is there, but it's the supernatural phenomenon of how the Umma is haunting her daughter after all so many years since she was a young girl, how she's afraid of electricity, or if it's in her head or if it's in her mind, and what's happening and how does she come in and out of these so-called episodes that she has. It's very different, but it could have been better, and the idea and the creativity was there, but the execution wasn't as good. For me, Umma gets 2 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Umma. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the Korean lore with the the Ombak, and the Kumiho? And I know I have a lot of Korean subscribers on YouTube and a lot of Korean followers. Let me know what you think about this film if you've seen it. What do you think about the supernatural aspect to it? The jump scares, did you like them? Did you not like them? Do you think that this is more of a thriller than a horror? And what rating would you give Umma? Let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked. And I'll see you all in the next review video.